Welcome and thanks for the opportunity to spend a few minutes with you, as we usually do here at the REA, and ask a couple of questions and give you our perspective of what we see is going on in the industry. And I think to begin with, let me back up and give you a couple of statistics of who we are, and let me just emphasize a couple of things relative to what's, I think, made some of our successes strong and has enabled us to be the airline that we are for the last 38 years now. Many of you know Jerry Atkin, who started the company 38 years ago, and I have the good pleasure of working with him on a daily basis as part of SkyWest Inc. And we'll have our sister carrier with ASA, and Brad Holt follow with his remarks on our other carrier. But we have 1,700 daily departures today. We operate the CRJ 200, 700, and 900. And also the EMB 120, which is a 30-seat turboprop aircraft. Today we have about just over 10,000 professionals. About 2,800 of those are pilots, and about 1,700 are flight attendants, and then about 1,300 mechanics and other aviation professionals throughout the entire western United States, and even back out here into Chicago and Milwaukee. In fact, our hubs are here in Milwaukee. We have some flying with AirTran in Chicago and Denver and San Francisco and Los Angeles. Those are our hubs with the United Express program. And then with respect to our Delta Connection partnership, we have a hub in Salt Lake City, Utah, and also we have a lot of flying that we're starting to do now in Minneapolis, which we've transitioned to, which is exciting to get our aircraft a little further back out west so we can see them more often, and is very, very efficient for us on our schedule. So there's a lot of exciting things that's going on at SkyWest today. I think as you've been here every year, it's been an interesting couple of years where there hasn't been a significant amount of growth, and we've been focused on sharpening the saw, if you will, to make sure that we have good capital preservation, good training for our employees. It's great because our pilots continue to grow, and we enhance training programs with them, continue to get more experience, and we have what I think is one of the most experienced pilot staff of all the regional airlines. And I think a couple of things that we do, well, before I get into some of the safety initiatives that we've been working on over the last year, one important thing I think is we talk about growth and what our aircraft are doing and how many and how often. We're on tap this June and July and August to have the busiest season from a block hour perspective than we've ever had in the company's history. So, and it's interesting because while we haven't necessarily announced a whole lot of growth, it's crept back up. Utilization is extremely strong for us these summer months. Obviously, with the addition of a lot of our prorate partnerships with United and with AirTran has contributed to that as well. I can talk a little bit about those models, but we're very optimistic of our summer performance. On the prorate side, our advanced bookings are good and strong. We're very pleased with the load factors we're seeing. We're very pleased with our results here in Milwaukee. We started this operation at a tough time. It's not always easy to start a prorate operation in December and January, so it takes a little bit to weather that storm, but the markets have developed well, and our partnership with AirTran is very strong, and AirTran is very pleased with the product that we're delivering for them, and we hope that to be a partnership that we can continue to refine this regional model as we search for more partners and more types of revenue models that would help us to continue to grow. From a safety perspective, it seems like that's what we've done almost exclusively this last year, is to evaluate all of the programs that we've had. We continue to enhance employee programs such as ASAP and FOQA. We've done something unique with our captains this last year. I think Chairman Hersman gave the quote that professionalism is not the job you do, but how you do your job. And we've put in place at SkyWest this last year an enhanced captain leadership training course. That's a one-day training course that doesn't talk very much, if at all, about the technical side of flying an airplane. It talks everything about being a leader on the aircraft and leading a crew of another pilot and also the flight attendant, and also maybe more than one flight attendant, and making sure that they understand their role as a leader in that whole process of making sure that that product is delivered first and foremost safely, and also to the customer's expectation. And we've had that with it's been absolutely a resounding success. All of our pilots, I wish I could bring in and share the email stream from several of our pilots that have seen sort of a new dynamic of training for them and have kind of embraced that and said this is what we really needed to see and to experience in order to, you know, continue to make sure that they're the very top professionals in our industry. It was so successful. Now we are now rolling that out to a couple of other employee groups. We're actually rolling it out to the first officers. It was just captains, just those that were in the left seat to begin with. Now we've rolled it out and we're doing it with the first officers as well. And we have a couple of employees here I see, and they've been involved with a lot of our safety programs. And I can tell you, it's you know, we just have some of the top professionals, I think, in the industry. And every president's going to get up here and say that about their company. I'm going to be, you know, as genuine as anybody else and say that we have an employee workforce that's unbelievably engaged in the success of SkyWest and has a very, very strong understanding that what they do as it relates to safety is the most critical element in that, which is indicative of our safety record. Okay, outside of that, that's a little bit of a brief overview, and I think that took about 5 minutes. But outside of that, let's open it up for some questions that you guys may have. Yes.
You said you were rolling it out to first officers and other employee groups. What other employee groups?
We've rolled it out to first officers, and we've rolled out a couple of other different programs to flight attendants. It's a different program called the Step It Up program, and you know, we're also going to look and see how much the course relative to the captains and pilots is specific to them. We're working on a couple of other programs beyond Step It Up to some of the other work groups that's more applicable to ground operations and those types of things.